What's up, everyone? We're back for some more Titanfall 2 gameplay. Gonna be playing on Colony this time. Also gonna be using that stim loadout once again. I've still mainly been rotating between stim and grapple. I haven't really decided which of the two I prefer. Kind of map dependent, kind of weapon dependent. I feel like grapple might be the better one overall, but stim's pretty fun to have as well, so that's what I am going to be using right now. And it also pairs pretty well with a close range weapon like the alternator, which does a lot of damage, but not the best at mid to long range, even in like the SMG category. I found Volt can be a lot more effective when I have to take out people who aren't right up next to me. Alternator doesn't seem to do too well kind of in mid-range and especially not long range, but it is strong. I think it's a little bit, this video here is early on when I start using the weapon, so I think I only have a single attachment slot available for it right now, but don't really need a scope. Iron sights works pretty well. I actually did try putting on one of the scopes just for the occasion that I do aim down the sights, even though it's definitely more of a hip-fire weapon, and I'm trying to force myself to do that more. But I found that the scope actually just made it worse, even at like longer range when I do want to scope in. I kind of prefer the iron sights, so having that right now, not going to be a big deal. But speaking of Colony, the map we're on right now, I think this is probably one of my favorite maps. At least I can't recall having any sort of really bad matches on it so far. It does seem like a map, though, that's probably pretty strong for Titans in general, because you've got kind of the city colony area in the middle, but then the outer ring of the map is pretty wide open, and it does seem like that's where a lot of the Titans will kind of gravitate towards. And then it can be hard unless you, I guess, are just sitting in a window charge-offing them, which I don't necessarily mind. It can be kind of tough to deal with them. So I think certain Titans especially, like Tone maybe, probably pretty strong on this map, but we haven't seen any of the Titans come down yet. Score is pretty even. We are losing by around 20, but things could definitely change, especially when Titanfall starts happening. But I'm getting beat up a little bit here. I think so far in this match, I think all of my kills but one are against a single player on their team. So I've kind of been bullying them, but then the rest of their team has been dealing with me pretty easily. One thing I did notice is that I think the attachment I'm running in this match is the one that allows you to aim down the sights more quickly. And that's probably not the best choice for alternator. Like I said, definitely going to be more of a hip-fire weapon. So I think probably the faster reload would be better, because even if not in this match, I definitely remember there being some matches where all the alternator has a fast reload. The quicker reload probably would have saved me. But there we are. We're bullying the same person once again. We're going to have to see if we can finally find someone else to kill here. I think I have my anti-pilot turret available. I'm going to go ahead and put it down there. Probably would be better up on a building, but now where I am right now, and I think it got a couple hits on that guy there. So we finally killed someone other than one person we're bullying, and the Titan is available. We've got a few down already on the enemy side and one on my side, but I feel like I'm a little bit in enemy territory here. One right there that I accidentally sneak up on the building, but now I'm thinking I should probably get over towards where the friendly Titan is and call in my own, so I decided to drop it here. I do see there's, I believe that's an Ion getting in close, but I'm going to go ahead and hop in with my shield available and then see if we can take this 2v2, make something happen. He's running away. Oh, it's actually a Tone. Speaking of Tone, I said probably pretty strong on this map, and he's already got some distance on me, so that's kind of rough. And I don't know if he's using the stronger shield ability or not, but either way, it's going to be tough for me to get through that. But I got my ally here. Ronin's getting beat up pretty quick. He does go in on my ally, but we get him doomed. And he goes for that nuclear eject. I'm getting rodeoed, so I do drop the electric smoke, and I think it does take him out here. It does. And his Tone is so low, so I decided to dive in, but he's got his missile salvo going, and that burns me down fast. I do take him out, but I took a lot of damage in the process, and I end up having to eject myself because I got a couple enemies around here. And unfortunately, I think the same guy who took out my Titan also takes me out of the sky. So not a long life for Monarch there, but I think we traded 2 Titans for 2 Titans, so not too bad. But we didn't really get to talk about Monarch's strengths, that being the fact that your core ability upgrades you each time you get it to that. And so far, I've only really played around with the basic upgrades, the ones you start with. But I do like the first one, which is usually the only one I get to, if at all, which I think just makes my primary weapon more powerful. But I have heard that a lot of people don't really like Monarch, and I can kind of see why. It does have a little bit of a similar playstyle to Tone. Not as strong, at least without the upgrades, I would say, but the fact that you play really defensive, because Monarch, whole thing, is you're kind of weak when you start off, and you want to just stay alive and get stronger through getting those core upgrades. And you have some abilities to help out with that. The fact that if you do have the one ability equipped, I can't remember the name of it, that does give you the 2 dashes, helps, but then you have rearm, which refreshes the cooldowns on everything but, well, I guess your 2 main abilities, and not rearm, obviously, it can't refresh itself, and then also gives you back your dashes. So you can have the 2 dashes, you can dash twice, and then you can use rearm and have 2 more dashes, which makes you pretty hard to get down. So you don't have that shield like Tone does, and you also aren't going to be able to do as much damage from range, because Monarch's main weapon is okay at range, but at least against pilots, I think it takes 3 shots to take him out, and the accuracy isn't the best. So it's not bad at killing pilots, but it can struggle a bit with that. So I would say it's yeah, similar playstyle to Tone, but not as oppressive. Maybe if you get all 3 upgrades, and depending on what upgrades, but I haven't yet managed that. But we are getting a little bit close to getting them again, so I'll have to see what we can do here. Just poking away the charge rifle. I do die again from someone top in the building, but I think we're only a little bit away now. 1 charge rifle shot should get me enough. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and call on Monarch again. So hopefully we can get at least 1 core upgrade going here, so we can get those stronger main weapon shots. And I think my second one, I think has something to do with rearm. I think it might just lower the cooldown for that. I'd have to double check that again, but usually I'm only getting the first one. But trying to use the beam weapon there, I can't remember the name of it, but that one's pretty, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does slow the target, and also gives you a little bit of shield. It says it gives more shield depending on heavily armored targets. I kind of just interpreted that as it does more if you hit a Titan. I know it also gives you a decent amount if you shoot a Reaper once those come in near the end of the match, so if you see them walking around, they can feed you a nice bit of a shield right there. But you can see here, I see that guy in the air, I get 1 shot on him. He does his phase, and it looks like someone else does take him out, but if it was Tone there, I would have killed him in 1 shot if I had landed it. But I guess that's the trade-off for a weapon that has more than a single fire at a time. But we are already over halfway here, helping to take out that 1 Titan. It did get me closer to my core, so it's looking a little bit more promising as long as I don't get blasted down by someone. Also got a battery from an ally, so that's definitely going to help as well. Picking off 1 guy coming in the air there. Not really sure what he was doing. I think he's running the grenade launcher anti-Titan weapon, so it is going to be easier for him to land those shots up close. But that close, I don't know if he's going for a rodeo. Right there, I did get my upgrade, which does give me a full set of shields, but it went immediately away because that Ronin dove into me. I thought we got him doomed. Now, most of the Ronins I've been running into, especially when they're running the nuclear ejection, as soon as they get doomed, they charge in and then they eject. But that guy actually kept fighting, so I had to turn around and finish him off. Now this Ion's over there, I don't think he can absorb any sort of beam attacks like that, but the shield does still block it, so I didn't get any shields off that. I do use the rearm to get some of my abilities back, but I do have my stronger weapon now. I don't actually know if it's stronger against pilots. I think it might just be specifically better against other Titans, because it looks like I'm still getting the 3-shot there. But yeah, this Ion, he's so good at putting up his shield at the right time. I feel like a really good Ion is really tough to fight. I'm honestly not really sure what to do, because you can kind of wait out the shield, but he can bait you by making it look like it's done when it's not. And he already got his beam core there pretty quick, but we do take him out even if he does do a lot of damage. Trying to get a little bit more shield here and be greedy and stay alive, but I see how low I am, and I decide to eject at the last second, and I do manage to survive, at least that time. So I only got our 1 core upgrade, and that was it, but at least we managed to help take down a couple Titans and get a few kills along the way. But we're still trailing by a few points. It's getting a lot closer now, and we got 3 Titans to 3 Titans, so I'm just gonna probably focus on trying to blast them down with my charge rifle if I can see them. Some shots on the Tone there in the back. I would like to be able to get a headshot. Chargeable headshots, I've noticed, do a lot of damage, but with his back turned there, not really able to make it happen. I think, you know, if you're not getting headshots, you're probably better off using one of the other anti-Titan weapons, like maybe the Thunderbolt. I have used that a little bit, but I kind of went back to using the charge rifle mainly just because it does feel like there's never really a situation where it's bad. Other ones might be better, but the fact that it basically has unlimited range as far as I know, and decent damage, and really good damage if you get the headshots, you can just kind of poke away. I guess the only downside is the fact that it takes a bit to fire, but I think I still prefer it over the other Titan weapons, aside from maybe the Thunderbolt. But I haven't tried out the Archer yet at all. I think I do have that unlocked now. Right here, just poking away, helping to get a few Titan kills. I actually do have mine available right now. And I'm just kind of having fun charge rifling things right here, so I figure I wouldn't give it my position. But then I get shotgun in the face by Ronin, and now it's time to come back as the Titan. Looks like we've taken a little bit of a lead, but it's probably going to flop back and forth whenever someone gets a kill. I probably should have just gotten a little bit of shield off that Reaper there. Like I said, you can blast them with the beam and get a decent amount of shield off them. It gives you a small amount if you shoot a person. I actually thought it would... I know it doesn't do a lot of damage, but I thought it would be enough damage to kill a pilot. So I don't think in this game, I don't think I shoot any pilots with it. But I did it in another game, and they didn't even die. But it does slow them, so as long as they're not able to get behind cover, they're probably still going to die. But one thing I have a big problem with the beam is I feel like every time I go to fire it, allies get in the way and block it. And I think there is a ability you can use for it where you actually, if you shoot allies instead, it gives them a bit of shield or something. So maybe I should consider using that because of how often allies seem to block it. Like, look right there, he dashed directly in front of it. I know it's not his fault, he's fighting a bunch of people, he's just trying to get out alive, but it's kind of unfortunate for me. But they're running a lot of Ronins. I think there's like 3 of them going on right here. And I've said before, I hate fighting Ronin, but I think that Monarch actually does do pretty well against them because you can, like I said, get that 4 dash basically by using the rearm. So yeah, here I think this is the 3rd one here. He's pretty low. I thought I would get him low enough that I could get the execute there, but now he's in the doom state. He's backing up a bit, but I think I'm getting shot by Tone, and I got my upgrade. But there come the Tone rockets, and there goes pretty much all of the shield I just got off that upgrade. So basically, like nothing changed aside from my gun getting upgraded. I'm trying to hide from him right now. I don't really know where he went. Get a little bit more shield off the Reaper again. Just trying to blast him down to keep the score, because we're only 6 away right now. It's really close. If they get a couple Titan kills real fast, they could maybe bring it back, but now only 1 point away. Even a grunt dying is going to give us the win. There's a bunch of Titans fighting in the middle here. We actually are starting to lose the advantage, and they're pushing in. And if they kill me here, they could actually get the win, but thankfully we just narrowly go over the edge right before my Titan does go down as I get dove by 3 or 4 Titans there. They had another Ronin available. I'm not sure if that was one of the Ronins we had just killed a little bit ago, or they had like a 4th one going there. But I know they had an Ion at least at one point, and they also had a North Star. So I think there should only be 3 Ronin. Oh, I guess 6 players to a team. I guess there could be 4 Ronins along with those 2. Didn't really think about that because I think they still have their full team available here. But I knew one guy was around here because I saw him eject from his Titan. And he was shooting me, but it looks like he got lost. So I'm just going to go over and start blasting away on the ship because I think it's about to come in. But yeah, really close match here. Definitely, it could have gone their way, even though we were only off by 1 point from the win. They were charging me there, so if they got that kill, could have been a different story. But I'm just going to keep blasting the ship at the end here. I don't think the rest of my team really shooting at all. I think I end up doing probably over half of the damage all myself. But they are going to, unfortunately, get away with the escape. And that's going to be the end of the match. So hopefully you all enjoyed seeing some of that Monarch gameplay. That's going to be it for this time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.